Jay here with Laguna Tools. We've got a quick tech tip today on the DP20 drill press, and today we're going to do production drilling. In order to do production drilling, we're going to use a few of the advanced features on the DP20. We're going to set up a little fence. We're going to use the crosshair lasers. We'll use the auto start function. We'll use the zero function, and then also the mechanical stop to limit our depth. When you're doing production drilling, in this case here, I'm going to drill all these holes in a line, and I can set up just a really quick fence with a scrap of wood that has a flat edge. I'll put this on the table, I'll put my board against it, and once I have it centered with the laser, all I have to do is slide this board along here to stay on center line. And it doesn't matter if it's sloped this way, as long as my first hole starts off correctly, I'll be in great shape across the length of the board. I've pre-marked the board at 5-inch increments so that the holes are spaced evenly. I've got the center one marked with a center line, and I'll focus my laser on that, and then from there on, all I have to do is cross the lasers across each line. I'll set up my fence. I'll set up the stop here next. Let's go ahead and first of all, turn on the lasers. I'll use the dog holes in the table to set up a series of clamps, and I'm going to line up the laser with the X that's right in the center of the board. And again, this back fence doesn't necessarily need to be straight, it just needs to be right on. Now I'm right on the X there. I'll set up both clamps and lock the fence down. I'll double check it just in case I need to reposition it all. Now that I've got my fence set, I can slide this board along the fence, staying on the center line. The next step is going to be to lower the drill bit down and set the 0 point. As I come down, what I'll do is I'm going to flip the board over and come actually down into the material a little bit, because this has got a point on the center. I'll bring that right down to the material surface. I'll hit the 0, and this zeroes my bit out right at the material height. Now that I'm ready to go, I'll flip that back over, set up the board, and now I'm going to go through and adjust the stop so that it's set up for 1/2 inch depth. All right, now that I've got the depth stop set, I'm ready to start drilling. The next thing you want to do before you start drilling is to go through and get your safety glasses on. I want to use the auto start function, and this will make it easy to drill multiple holes. So I'll select auto start on the touch screen, and then next I'll hit the on button, and that arms the motor so that when I begin to pull down on the quill, that the drill press will start. Let's go ahead and drill the first hole in the middle, and then we'll come up and pick the other ones up. Well, you can see just how nice these holes are and how perfectly they're laid out. Again, this is production drilling, and you can see how easy it is using the advanced features of the DP20 drill press. If you need any other tech tips, go to our website at lagunatools.com and look for tech tips for the DP20.